And work on a lot is effectively running ad campaigns for small businesses that don't cost a lot of money. I think that one of the biggest mistakes a small business can make is just jump in, all in, spending tons of dough on running digital ads, whether it's Google ads, programmatic ads, Facebook ads, Twitter ads, LinkedIn ads, et cetera, without really making sure that the infrastructure is in place. Or just simply spending too much money and not utilizing data that's available. So I wanted to quickly cover some recommendations I have if you're a small business, or you work in marketing for a company that hasn't done a ton of digital advertising, but you're looking at maybe taking that leap and launching some online ads. So there's about 5 things I'll cover quickly that I think you need to make sure you pay attention to as you work through the process. And of course, this is just high level. There's a ton that that's involved, from creating assets and ads to your placements and setting up strategic placements and capping frequency and things like that. But this is just going to cover kind of the basics. The first thing is that you need to make sure you have a landing page set up to direct traffic to. A lot of people make the mistake of just sending website traffic to their homepage or their website, and that can work, but you'll get a better cost per click and better performance out of actually creating a landing page that's specific to what the ads you're running are saying. So, for example, if you're a mechanic shop who all of a sudden is now putting a shift and you really want to focus on servicing motorcycles, creating a new motorcycle service page on your website and then creating ads that speak to that and sending them through to that page specifically will do better for you in terms of bringing your cost per click down and the overall ad performance. The second thing is that, and this is just a simple one, but it's super important, make sure that your landing page that you're sending traffic through to from ads is responsive, which means that you can view it properly on a mobile phone. Absolutely critical. It will severely hurt your campaign if you don't have a responsive landing page set up. Third is conversion reporting. So all the ad platforms allow you to add a pixel to your website and then actually set conversion points. So conversion point is essentially a goal. Like a traditional sales conversion, it's someone committing the action that you desire them to take. So on your website, for example, if you have a form for them to fill out, you can make that a conversion point, and you can tell the ad platforms that that is a conversion point and actually have that reporting, so you can know things like, okay, well, I sent 100 people through to the website, it cost me $100, and 25 of them submitted a lead. You can work out the math there. What is that, $4 a lead or something like that. And you can start putting that ROI and ROAS, as they say, return on ad spend metric into your reporting. The other thing that's important there, though, is that it actually helps your ads. The ad platforms, especially when you move away from the complex programmatic buys and you focus on just doing things like Google AdWords, Bing search, Google search, Twitter ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, the algorithms actually work for you. So it's pretty simple to set up the campaigns, and you can do a lot of complicated targeting, which can make your ad spend a lot more efficient. But for the most part, the algorithm's always learning. So what actually happens is when you set up a conversion and it sends that data back to Facebook or Google from your ads, it's saying, hey, Google, this ad targeted this type of person on this type of website with this type of behavior, and they converted. So let's try and find more people like that, because they know that the more conversions you get, the more likely you are to spend more money running ads. So it's definitely important to have those conversions set up. Fourth is, this contradicts a lot of agencies, and I don't. I stand firm in my opinion on it. Unless you're a big company with a huge budget, I always say start small. Start on a minimal budget. You could be spending $1,000 a month right now with an agency running ads and achieve the same results on a budget of $250 a month on ads, and that's just the reality of the business. And sometimes it's needed. The benefit to starting small is that you can go as broad as possible, so you target people by interests and when they're searching for your products or services, but limit your spend and take a look at what's happening. You know, you can, when you spend only a couple $100 for a month or two and watch what the data is doing, you can see things like, okay, well, people in this community are interacting with our ads more than this community. People in this age group are converting and people not in this age group aren't. Now, of course, the contradiction to that is I'm still working on learning this stuff. But anyways, yeah, so it's just not feasible for every business. So you have to, so I always recommend start small, you know, see what happens, and then scale as you know what works. And I do find that for most small businesses, you find this sweet spot where you spend a little bit of money, you get an effective amount of new business every month, and then you can utilize the budget that maybe you intended to spend elsewhere on new things like content or SEO or whatever the case may be. So I would say start small. It's better to start small, learn from the data, let the algorithms do the work for you. And that's the last point I just want to reiterate, is letting the algorithms do a lot of work for you. So set up conversion points on your website. You know, you can set things like if someone clicks an email address on your website, or if they're on their phone and they click a phone number to call you, that can be a conversion point. And every time someone takes an action that you want them to take, and you let the ad platforms know that those are the actions you want them to take by setting them up as conversions, you end up in a better spot. And the algorithms work for you and help you out there. So yeah, that's it for this one. Start small, scale with data, and make sure you're set up properly. Boom.